Hey, AD, what's up? I'm Matty Matheson. I got a new restaurant. Come inside, check it out. Here is Prime Seafood Palace. It's a beautiful room designed by Omar Gandhi. The biggest thing that I thought about when I wanted to design this restaurant was I didn't want somebody who designs restaurants. Very quickly, restaurants start looking similar, right? So I wanted to have a fresh beginning. I want to work with somebody who doesn't know exactly where the booths go, exactly how service stations work. I need to make a restaurant that adds to the culinary tapestry of the world. To set that stage, I was truly lucky enough that Omar said yes. He's here in the building. Omar, is Omar here? Here he is, look at him. Beautiful, you're so beautiful.
My name is Omar Gandhi. I'm an architect here in Toronto and in Halifax, and I've been working with Matty for the last 6 years on this incredible space.
Come check it out with us, walk this way. Omar, after you. Let's show him some tables and stuff. This is our dining room here at Prime Seafood Palace.
We started actually with the base building on the street. On the outside of the building is actually white brick and black windows. We were going to take this very sort of ubiquitous urban building, and when you come inside, we wanted to have this huge barrel vault with a canopy that deflects natural light. So it's very inward looking, but you get a good sense of what's happening on the street just kind of through the silhouette as well.
It's very simple. It's 4 booths and some tables and a bar. And how do we make that special? How do we make that feel cohesive? How do we make that flow all together and create shape within a single rectangle? These tables, like Peter Cooligan, his carpenters, and his team, we worked very at length on designing the tables and how they feel. And every single thing is thought of. And like even under here, you have a sliding kind of like cutlery drawer for like steak knives. To be able to sit here with 4, 5, 6 people and enjoy food.
This is just going to be a place, like Matty said, where people are going to come together and hopefully have, you know, the kind of moments that you don't forget. And so there was sort of an intersection between, you know, Scandinavian and Japanese and maritime architecture that we really thought kind of pulled this together.
We put in this brass divide here. Like if this wasn't here and the room was completely opened, how do we have like something that gives this table as much privacy as this table? And where they're still together, they're still in the room, but allowing them to kind of each have their own space where this isn't some heavy blocked divide. We found some beautiful leather from Sorensen in like Denmark. Just goes really well with the wood. The Edwin chair here is kind of a nod to like maritime chairs. We wanted brass doweling.
Just talking a little bit about materials, there's something really traditional and classic about all of the brass and leather and wood. And I think one of the things that we really loved about it was the idea that each of these materials would develop a beautiful patina over it. So this isn't something that just looks beautiful now. I think it's just the starting point. Yeah. And as those scratches take place and the leather starts to darken and the brass starts to have, you know, little markings on it, I think it just kind of becomes that restaurant that we imagined just as a timeless place that just kind of becomes more beautiful over time. I would say that, you know, maybe the most important material in this space is light, natural light and artificial light. This brass light by Concord Lighting, the idea was that it would just kind of illuminate a really gentle glow. We started with not a very big space. And so I think the idea of the screen here, you know, this is the brass screen, and then of course we have horizontal maple slats. It was really about keeping things open, which really just changes the quality of the space.
Like I think it is like one of those things that gives you shimmering, like light. At nighttime, it sparkles different than in daytime. Brass and wood and this leather, it's warm. This looks like a thing that has been here. You know, when they come down, the aliens, they'll be like, this place is kind of tight. Here's the bar. This is pretty much like a beautiful butcher block, maple, the canopy, kind of like an ode to like a diner or like some kind of like old oyster house, steak house. We wanted to keep it very simple, very minimal, My grandfather had a restaurant in Prince Edward Island called the Blue Goose. He had a little soda pop shop connected to it, and me and my brothers and my sister would sit on those stools and swivel all day, just swivel and hang out. And I really wanted, swivel stools to be attached at the bar here. And then Omar's job, make it cool,
I'll show you. So, it was the same designer as the chairs. And so this was custom to this restaurant with brass detailing and same maple wood and the same leather.
At the end of the bar here, we have like a semi-private room. We wanted just a little moment to have a little more design. So we got the E15 Bigfoot table in there. The chairs are really nice with matching leather. The Noguchi, when you walk in, you see that and it looks like a moon. The actual canopy, like the shell or the barrel of it, that took 6 months for engineers to figure out, and we had to put in extra iron steel beams, and it's like over 9,000 pounds of maple hanging inside of this building. Here's a washroom. Check it out. It's got a sink, a toilet, walls, like every other washroom or restroom. But what should you do? Take a little look up. I wanted the whole bathroom to feel like you were kind of like inside of an oyster. Tiling is incredible, Omar.
It's an amazing marble all the way up.
There's gonna be moments when people come in this washroom, sit on that toilet, and then you take a little look up. And then you're like, what the f***? I had an idea that I wanted the sink to be a lake. I grew up on Lake Erie.
Incredible concrete artist, Brandon Gore, out of the Ozarks. Who I was in touch with. And so he made this erosion sink of Lake Erie. But I think a really, really cool detail is this little pin off to the side, which is
my farm. So right here is my farm, and then Toronto is up here because Toronto's on Lake Ontario. So this is Lake Erie. That's the thing is we wanted to just these little nuances.
Little details, special kind of aspects of Matty's life.
This is kind of like my dream kitchen. We have our ovens, we have our stoves here, we got a French top, we got some burners, a plancha, a fryer, we got really beautiful pots and pans from Made In. We had a giant butcher block pass created. We don't have a lot of space on the ground, but we have a lot of height, so creating a pass with shelving. We'll have plates on the outside, we'll have some ingredients and smallwares up top. Fridges lining the entire pass. This is gonna be for fish butchery in the back corner there. And then we have our hearth, which we bricked all the way to the ceiling because I thought it looked great. This is gonna be a steak and seafood restaurant that serves a lot of vegetables. I want the vegetables to shine just as much as a lobster, just as much as prime rib. We want there to be surprises. We want there to be excitement. And for people to be able to come in here and eat vegetables in a very thoughtful, beautiful way is our goal. We're trying to think of colorways and what we can kind of allow in the space and what the space can kind of handle. We didn't want to get too fussy with a lot of different colors and different kind of pottery. So I think these gentle blues and darker blues, these almost like indigos are colors. We wanted to keep the plates all porcelain. All the glassware is going to be crystal. Our serving spoons are all going to be Kuhn spoons. Beautiful steak knives coming from Paris. Even our pepper mill. This is one thing that I'm really proud of is my pepper mill that I designed with Castor and salt cellar made out of oak and marble. There's definitely gonna be dishes that represent kind of my life and where I come from. My grandfather's restaurant, Blue Goose, and it just holds such weight in my memory. And it's something that is gonna be a part of everything that I do. And I think this restaurant is a perfect example of my life through a culinary lens. I wanna show you the next room, which I'm calling the cottage. Let's go, AD. Well, we're here in the cottage now, and me and my friend Omar, we're just how many different little things can we do?
Yeah, gray herringbone tile on the floor. We have maple throughout, and we have these beautiful kind of knotty pine boards on the walls and the ceiling.
In the summertime, we have the doors open. Outside, a couple bistro tables. In the wintertime, some fire pits and some, just some ambiance. Here we'll have like a service station, we'll have pastry.
This is sort of an extension of the kitchen.
Even more casual even.
Casual and I think intimately connected to kind of the food.
This is the beautiful biker stool from Castor Design. Here's applewood from Tamarack. The lamb furs are all from Tamarack as well. Absolutely animal welfare approved. You know, a little, what do you say, jodel? Jodel? Jodel?
Yodel.
Yodel.
I think it's yodel.
It's a yodel. It's a yodel fireplace. You know, you open that up, throw a couple logs in there. It's going to heat up this place, you know, in the summertime. Throw a big, beautiful bowl on there and throw some champagne in. We got the beautiful, what do you call these Danish things?
Poulsen.
Poulsen. Yeah, we got some Poulsens up there.
Yep.
You know, cool shit.
But
okay?
you can see that the restaurant is like the ground floor of a house in a way. You know, there's the kitchen, there's the big dining area. This feels like the family room almost.
We've been working on this project for over half a decade, and I'm just really excited that we're getting to the point where we can cook and serve people and give people a place to come and be able to come to a place that is warm, uplifting, serving great food. I want to put the money into the farmers, the ranchers, the fisher folk. I want to be able to do that and serve that in a place that shows the hard work that they are putting into product. And that's what this is. This is a championing moment for purveyors, for tradespeople. Hopefully you come in and check it out. Everyone watching this on the internet, you're worldwide. We're in Toronto. If you want to come hang out, we'll be here. We'll be serving food. Love to have you in. AD, thanks for coming by, checking out Prime Seafood Palace. I got a lot of stuff to do. We got to open up this restaurant. I'll see you soon. Thanks for coming by later. Okay? World peace.